Hello there and welcome back to a new video. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but a very curious thing is that a lot of topics that actually deserves national media attention often don't get it. The Tamil Nadu Hooch tragedy is one of them. The second year veterinary student Siddharth's murder, the Hajj pilgrimage tragedy, etc. etc. It really shows the bias of the media and possibly the people that control what is going viral and what is being discussed at the national level. One such very important topic in India's political sphere that deserves national attention but just doesn't get any is the terror and violence under communist regimes in Kerala. Communism is so significant in Kerala that it just doesn't affect the political space in Kerala but also the culture and ethos of the people and also how the society itself functions. So when I say communist terror and violence, I really need to explain what it means. There are two things that we have to keep in mind here. We all know that communism as an ideology manifests itself after a bloody revolution against the oppressors or the bourgeoisie. The second thing is that communist socialist movement have helped Kerala as a region to move out of colonialism and feudalism and to establish a relatively egalitarian society with a high rate of literacy. By the way, if you want me to make a video on the literacy rate and the topic of literacy in Kerala, let me know in the comment section. But as communism plays out everywhere else, it doesn't know where to draw the line or when to stop. They use the same kind of brutal force that they used against the British or the feudal lords called Madambis against the common people. And this is exactly what we will explore in this video. What the communists became once they got into power. Well, it goes without saying that I don't have a sponsor yet. But not to worry, I will sponsor my own video. More precisely, my book will. This is the first book that I wrote. It's a realistic fiction novel about 4 teens in a city enmeshed in a life of drugs, love, violence and chaos. A tale of isolation and desperation one feels among known strangers in an unknown city. Well, this book is available on Amazon and Flipkart. The links will be in the description. I will also share the link to the video trailer of the book. So check them out. And now back to the video. We have constant fund collections for party programs which are now becoming more and more mandatory. And people have to give contributions or levies monthly to trade unions one way or the other. That is, the entire workforce is paying the trade unions. Moreover, a lot of jobs are under the direct control of the trade unions, be it the factory workers in a lot of agriculture-based industries like cashew industry or tea industry, so on and so forth. And there have been multiple instances where trade union leaders have stopped, disrupted, harassed or even physically assaulted employers because they didn't give them jobs or money as they have demanded. And this doesn't mean that they are demanding money for the job that they did. There is a concept called walking wages that is unique to the labor market in Kerala, which basically means bribe given to the trade union leaders just to get your stuff from one place to another. They won't help you or do you anything, but you need to pay them if you want your load or if you want your stuff to reach places. These things may not be restricted completely to the communist trade unions, but it is a direct result of communism controlling the labor market or labor force in the state. Now, it is also alleged that a lot more of communist people or people who are affiliated with the CPIM or left-leaning people are sneaked into the important positions in government or non-governmental organization to bring the entire workforce under the CPIM's control. Now, when we come to the students' union, especially SFI, it gets really problematic. There are many colleges in Kerala which are practically ruled by SFI. No one else dares enter there, and it's their kingdom, their rules. PM Arsho, who is the state secretary of SFI, has 40 cases against him, and he is also a very unique person in that he has passed exams without ever writing them. SFI acts like a goon organization, a proper fascist system wherever they have absolute control. They become the lawmakers and the executioners in these colleges' campuses. If any other union member goes there or tries to start any other organization, association, or a union, it's almost certain death for them. And it is also if you don't follow their rules. The worst case scenario or a real life horrifying example of this is Siddharth's murder. Siddharth was a second year veterinary student in Pukod Veterinary College who was subject to 3 days of horrific assault based on unwritten laws and illegal trials within the college hostel by the SFI members. And this campus is completely ruled by one union, that is SFI. Siddharth was assaulted at 4 different places for 3 days. He was stripped down to his underwear. Most of the 139 inmates witnessed this violence being unleashed upon him in courtyard. All the students were awakened by knocking on their doors to witness the assault. Many students watched how Siddharth was forced to apologize publicly for an alleged misbehavior with a girl. He was slapped, kicked, beaten with a belt and what appeared to be a charger cord of some electronic gadget. Siddharth was then subjected to physical assault by members in room 21 of men's hostel. There were 16 students there, including the SFI College Union President K. Arun, SFI Unit Secretary Amal Ehsan, Unit members Asif Khan and S. Abhishek. This ordeal goes on for 3 days, and it has been said in the postmortem report that there was no amount of food in his stomach for 3 days, food or water in his stomach for 3 days. And he was found hanging from the hostel room, bathroom on the 3rd day. Just last month, there were 2 incidences across Kerala in just one day. One where SFI members had assaulted or slapped a principal of a college, and second, a KSU member was severely assaulted, more in the way of Siddharth, inside this same kind of room setup which they have designated only for hitting people. I'm not making this up. And the most bizarre thing in all of this is that in most cases, the SFI members seem to be above the law. If you had some horrible experiences at the hands of the SFI members or the DYFI members and you go and file a complaint, the police in most cases will not even take a charge. And most often you will be charged with some other case in the very next day. SFI is the incubator for future communist leaders. Most communist leaders in Kerala right now were once SFI leaders, and that is why they need this kind of gundagiri and gundaraj maintained by the SFI leaders in the state. And they also need these college campuses using taxpayer money to do these kinds of illegal or violent activities. And now if you look at what the Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan said about the attack that his own private security unleashed upon the Congress people in the state. That is, they were only fulfilling the duty and they were trying to safeguard the life of these members from getting hit by the bus. You will understand how terror and violence in this state is being actively promoted by its own government. In Kannur district, there has been over 300 political killings and as many 170 people were murdered between 2000 to 2017. The TP Chandrasekhar murder was quite a shocker for every Malayali. It was a revenge killing because he had broken away from CPIM with a few other leaders and formed a new party, Revolutionary Marxist Party. Crude bombs were thrown at him while he was riding his motorcycle, from which he fell down and then he was hacked to death by 51 stab wounds. And there are allegations that the topmost leaders of CPIM in Kerala are directly involved in the conspiracy to kill TP Chandrasekhar. Like how any terrorist organization would function, CPIM also allegedly have a killer squad trained in effectively murdering people, sometimes by PFI and other terror organizations, and then they are given hit jobs which are well planned, meticulously planned over a period of time and very well executed, and many of these happen in broad daylight. Party villages are a thing in Kerala, especially in districts like Kannur. Party village basically means that there is only one party who can ever work or exist in that entire village or panchayat. And most of these party villages are controlled by communists. These villages are once again a fascist system controlled by the CPIM leaders, and these party villages are the center for bomb making, planning out murders and training killers and murderers, and also gold smuggling. The party members in these party villages are very well trained in making these bombs, and they are often crude handmade bombs or sometimes steel bombs that are used for intimidation and also murders. It is said that these bombs are first hurled at those targets that they are attacking, which would then immobilize and disorient them, which makes them much easier targets to attack and kill. Now, the sad reality is also that in these party villages, most often the casualties of these bombs lying around are children and elderly and women who just happen to take them, pick them apart, and then gets blown up. The political support from the communist leaders in the bomb politics or politics of bomb and murders are very evident in the state when they do things like this, creating memorials for people who make bombs. SFI leader and Dalit student Abhimanyu died at the hands of PFI members, the same people who also attacked PJ Joseph. Abhimanyu was yet again hacked to death because he was brave enough to talk about Islamic fundamentalism now creeping into liberal spaces once held by the left or the communists. And we saw that SFI and CPIM are completely hand-tied because it is once again alleged that CPIM gave PFI and other Islamic organizations a safe haven in Kerala, and in turn allegedly took their help to train the communist goons in committing murders and killing, and of course bomb making. PFI had become a headache for the communists, and now they are banned, but that doesn't mean that they are gone. In this tug of war between political Islam and communism, sharing the same political space, it is said that political Islam will be the end of CPIM, because we know that communists and Islamists are historical enemies. One will always end up getting the other. When it comes to the politics of Kerala, it is very curious, as I said in the beginning of the video, that the same left-leaning, leftist, liberal people who are so vocal about fascism and religious fundamentalism otherwise are extremely quiet when it comes to the things that happen in Kerala. And just because these celebrities and media personalities and academicians are not talking about it, it is not getting the attention it deserves. And that really tells us something about who controls and maintains what the public knows. Shouldn't the terror of communism and political violence that happened in Kerala be discussed much more in the national sphere? What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. If you want a more detailed video about any of these issues that I discussed in this video, let me know once again in the comment section. I will make a more detailed video on that. And once again, don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this. Until I catch you next time, bye bye. Have a great time.